Hello, Transand fans! Welcome to a special Halloween edition of Transistor Sandwich, the show where I use a horde of hardware and software to whip up some tunes that you are then free to use, download, and use them in your own projects. So, before we begin, I want to say a big thank you to Ross for hosting me on iVlog.tv and sharing that stream with our Facebook fans. And thank you to Gary and Julie with me here in the Transand studio. Julie is your point person in the chats, so feel free to hit her up with any comments, questions, or just say hello. And certainly not least, I want to say thank you to everyone in the live chat for joining tonight as I cobble together some musical delights for Halloween. So, let's get some more peeps in the chats. Facebook users, I want you to click a like button or go ahead and just share the stream on your timeline so we get some more people in the chat room, and then we can put some stuff together because we kind of watch what you're saying in the chat room. iVlog users, if you take a look under the mini cams, you'll see that there's share buttons there too. There's a Facebook button and a Twitter button, so you can share that on your Facebook or Twitter streams, and we'll get some more people in iVlog and get some more people in Facebook, and the more people we get, the better, because I like performing for a live audience. So, the more conversations we get going, the more material that Julie has to work with to put together our whacked out lyrics for the end of the show, bangers and mashup. That's where I take a song created today and I sing along with it, with whatever words and phrases that we come up with in the chat room. So, throw a few phrases out there. Maybe let's get some people to throw out some of their favorite quotes from horror movies, because it's a Halloween episode. I don't know if anybody noticed, because I look completely normal, right? Yes. Hi, Gary. So tonight, in honor of Halloween, we're going to do some creepy, eerie music. It's a creepy, eerie music kind of night. So I am going to be using Garageband. Let's bring up, oh, not entertainment. Let's bring up audio production. We'll go into our Garageband application on the iPad. And I've already started something here because I stumbled across, as I was looking through some discs for some other software, I stumbled across a couple of discs that I'd put together a while back of samples. I have discs of samples with some pretty cool samples. So I went through them and I picked out some samples that I thought could be used in a Halloween-y type of song. So here's one example. Whoop, no, that's not it. that was a digital piano. Let me turn up the iPad. Whoa, that was a bit lower than I expected. I think it should be up here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there we go. So, you know, every Halloween song needs a scream, all right? Oh, God. All right. But that's not the only scream I got. I got this one, too. Oh, wait, that sounds like the same one. Didn't that change? I think that was the same scream. Oh, and then we got a nice ambient sound effect. That'll give a little bit of a creepy background to it. Of course, creepy background is even creepier if you have a heartbeat. Ah, yeah. It sounds like a sonogram. Oh, here's another scream. Oh. I stepped on a chipmunk. I'm so sorry. There we go. that was a little more like it. That poor chipmunk. Oh, it could have been Wicker Chicken for all I know. No, he doesn't scream like that. Sonar. I just thought this was a kind of a nice sound. I thought it'd make a nice little melody part. You know, it's a sonar pulse from a submarine, I presume. Space background. This one's called space background. Okay, that's a little high, but if I did like a low, you know, kind of give that low rumble effect in the background. Oh, that's even better. That will lend some eeriness to the track. There's a space sound effect here. Oh, There we go. So I might use that for something. I don't know. I might not use some of these, but I just wanted a selection to begin with. Oh, who left? Yes, a squeaky door. You have to have a squeaky door in these tunes. So yeah, not sample tank. I called it sample tank because I was thinking of samples. GarageBand supports importing your own samples, and that's what I did. And actually, let me show you how this, and I'm saying let me show you, nobody up there can see this. I do apologize to everybody in the live stream currently, but these live streams will actually, in the future, be uploaded to YouTube with all of the different camera views available on the side. So there'll be like the main camera view, and then you'll see all these extra cameras that we have set up all around the room. I don't know if you can see them on the live stream, but there's one over here, one over here, over here, over here. And you'll be able to see everything that's going on. Now, of course, the episodes that are launched on YouTube, not every week because they take a long time to produce, but those episodes actually will switch back and forth between the different cameras, but they're much shorter episodes. Basically, we take this whole hour-long session that we do, and we cram it down into a little 10-minute show. But the live streams, they will come out. This is what I'm pushing for. I'm going to have the live streams come out very soon after the actual live stream, and like just within a few days, because it's a lot easier to get those out the door than it is to get an episode out the door. So you'll be able to see these different camera views. So as I was saying, I can show you how GarageBand supports samples. So you just basically select a keyboard. So I've been playing keyboards on this thing all along. I've been doing like the Smart Piano and the Alchemy synth, which has my lovely arpeggiators, my lovely arps. For anybody who's new to the show, what an ARP is, ARP, it's just a short term for arpeggiator, and basically an arpeggiator is just a this is what happens when your tongue doesn't work properly. It is a series of notes that play when triggered. So everybody knows what an ARP is. You hear them all the time in music. And then it also has the sampler option. So with the sampler, you can sample directly from the microphone if you want. You could just speak in a sample. Using external USB interface. So if I say something, hello. So now if I play that, hello. So yeah, you can like sample stuff. There's a fly in here. There's a fruit fly flying around me. What are the odds? So yeah. You can record your own samples. If you have samples that you could download samples from the net. There's lots of samples out there. There's lots of freesound.org, actually. If you're looking for some cool sound effects for a project, just go to freesound.org. If you want to load a sample that you've downloaded from the net, I found a cool way to do it. I store all of these samples on a time capsule, which is basically a network attached storage. So we have hard drives here that are attached through the network. So all I have to do is go into New Sample. If I click on the Import button, it gives me a file browser. If I go to Import from Cloud Drive, now I've installed an application called File Explorer. And on the iPad, what this allows me to do is File Explorer allows me to attach to any network attached hard drives here. So my time capsule shows up here. We also have another file server that we have some files on as well, but I'm going to my time capsule, which is, it's just a little mini file server produced by Apple. And let's go inside the folder in there, and I can see that all of my samples, when it comes up, hello, it's spinning, there we go. So I can see all of my folders of samples here. So I have some Akai sound effects. So if I go in Airplane here, I see some samples here, and I could pick one of these samples. All right, it downloads it into the app, and where was that? It shows up here. I think it was this one, CT142. Yeah, isn't it Airplane? So if I click the download button on the right of that, it imports it directly into the sampler, and now I can play it across the keyboard. That one went real fast. That was that squirrel getting away. All right, so let's start this thing then. Now we know how to get samples in here if we need them. I have some already, so I'm going to first start with, like I said, my background sound. I wanted something that was a little rumbly, something a little eerie in the background. So I'm going to record this. Oh, I'm also going to change my settings here. I want to turn the tempo down to something that's a bit more laid back. Let's go to 93. What's that for a tempo? Maybe even slower. Let's go in there again, 93. Let's take that 93 down to 81. There we go. Because I know somebody who was born in 81. I do, actually. I cannot recall who that person is, but that person does exist.
That person's lucky. It was a good year.
It was a good year. All right, I'm going to record this audio sample. A little bit of rumble in the background. Let's get ready to rumble. That was the worst wrestling announcer ever. Okay, that's enough. I'm just going to take that and loop it. So if I select that and then hit the loop button, so that will just keep looping, presumably, throughout the duration of whatever I end up recording. Now, I'll go to the next section here. Now I want a little bit of, I need a tone to go with that. Sure, the background noise is fine, but we need a little bit of a tone. And for that, I'm going to go in and add a synthesizer. And I'm not going to use a sample for this part. Let's go into Alchemy Synth. And ARP animations. Well, I'm not going to do the ARPs just yet. I do want some soundscapes. So, soundscapes are basically, they're just synth pads that are, actually it's kind of a whole bunch of different synth pads, and they're just kind of all mixed together to create a kind of an overall theme. So we have this. Oh, I need to know what key to do this in first. So I've come up with a cool way of coming up with new keys and new melodies for the songs. Well, another way to inspire me, because this is all about the creative process. So what I want to do is I want to pick somebody from the chat room. Do we have somebody in the chat room that I can pick? Do I have any? I don't see any. All I see is look here.
What is going on? I thought you've been seeing this all along.
No, I haven't seen anything. Apparently, Julie thought that she had been communicating with me. Oh, there's Leah and Shelly and Tammy and Jen and Peter and Tom and Ty and Isaiah. And that's quite a list already. Yeah. Click share, people. Click like, click share, share it around, and we'll get some more people in the chat room. And that'll make for a cool bangers and mashup at the end of the night. So, one of those names. Let's pick a name. Let's go with Tammy. Let's go with Tammy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the letters of Tammy's name, and I've created a chart. And for each letter of the name, I'm going to convert it into a note. So T. Well, we can't do anything in the key of T, but according to our chart, what would T be for a note? F? All right. So we're starting in F. I'm just going to put the piano back on because I'm going to come up with that melody first before I start. So we've got F. There we go. All right. So then A is an A, obviously. So we've got F, A, M.
F sharp.
F sharp. Oh, see, it's eerie already. Tammy, your name is Eerie. Aren't you glad? You make for good Halloween music. So T-A-M-M-Y. What is a Y? Is Y there?
No.
Y is not there? Did I run out of letters?
You're missing U, V, W, X, Y.
Is Z there?
Z is there.
Well, okay, so what is Z?
G.
G? G flat?
G flat.
G flat.
G B.
Which is actually F sharp. So it would be, but we have to take the one before the G, which would be, all right. All right, if I did an E, that would kind of be interesting. So let's see, so this is F, A, F sharp. So let's see what I can do with this. Well, if I slip off the keys, that's even better because it makes it even creepier. So I have to do these in minor chords, of course. All right, I think I can do something with that. All right, so in that case, I'm going to switch my iPad back on here. Let's take the piano out of the mix and go back to our synth sounds here. So okay, that's that seems to have a bit more movement to it. I think I'm going to go with that one. So if I was to do that against that background noise that I just did. All right, that's got that was just eerie, which is good. This is what we're going for. I did make an error in here at one point. I wonder if I can move in and take a look at these notes. If I go to edit, that pulls all these notes up into a lovely little pattern of blocks here. So I'm just gonna correct this little spot here. There we go. We got our eerie on. All right. So, need to continue this loop out. Now, so we've got our bass notes, we've got our rumble. Our rumble was a bit too much. I need to pull the rumble down. Pull the rumble down. There we go. The rumble's in the background. That bass line is just there to give the heebie-jeebies. Now, I'm going to take that part. I need to loop that as well. All right. So now we're going to go in to another sample here. Let's bring up the display for this. And what have we got here? Oh, that was that plane. I don't know if I want to use the plane at this point. Let me go back into my samples. Oh, that heartbeat. All right, I'm going to do a recording of that, but I'm going to actually have it fade in. So I'll do the automation afterwards. So let's hit record. We'll get the heartbeat in there. It's not the same tempo as the rest of it, eh? I wonder if that would be too off. I was gonna say, let's leave it, but I can make it fit by not looping that. So if I go in to edit this sample, I can see that Garageband has seen that it's an opportunity to loop, so it has done so. I can just turn the loop off, and then I can just hit the notes. So let's do it that way. There, we've got some beats in there. 4 bars of that. I can take that and loop that, but I'm going to go into the settings of this, and what have I done? That's not where I wanted to go. No, let me get back at it there. Yes, if I tap on the track and go into, there's automation in here somewhere. I can't remember how to get to it. Automation. Oh, there we go. I had to click on the header of the track. That brought up my automation. So now if I just give it a little pokery-do right there. Oh yes, I have to hold on the pencil and poke where I want to create an edit point. And then I can just drag these edit points down. So this will actually fade in gradually from the beginning. There, we can hear the heartbeat coming in there now. Although it gets too loud by the time it's come in, so I need to pull that down a bit. Let's see. Oh, lost my other sample. There we go. All right. Oh, my microphone is fizzing out. I can hear. I don't know. That could be part of the song. It could. It's all part of Halloween. We're all very Halloweeny. Are you on the cam? No. Oh, you can't do that, can you?
No.
Can't get a browser that actually will let you go on the. Come on, iVlog. You got to work on this. Google Chrome doesn't work. Edge doesn't work. What about Firefox? That might work. Well, I'll have to try that for next time. Can anybody, if anybody in the chat room, can you tell us if Firefox works or what browser does work to allow you to do the cams at the bottom? Somebody must be able to get them to go. Look, finger foods. Ooh, this person needs a manicure. Halloween tunage. Let's get back to it, shall we? Done. And now, I need a melody. I'm ready for a melody already because there needs to be a melody to tie it together. Oh, and I'm going to use a sampler for that melody because I really liked that Sonar sample that I had in there. So I'm going to load that Sonar sample. Yeah, because it has that kind of Lost sound to it. Not the TV show Lost, which I'm completely unfamiliar with. I'm probably one of the very few people who has never seen an episode of Lost. You haven't seen it either? Oh, well, I don't feel so bad then. I heard it was just too weird to follow. All right. Now, if I'm doing that, I need to, hey. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. That's true. That is true. Can I edit the sample to shape it to have a nice ADSR? Oh, look at that. That is, oh. Wow, this dude's got red eyes. Up really late. I think these are sour though, right? Oh, they're not? Oh. Well, in that case, I shall try one. It is some kind of eyeball-y thing. Ah! What? That is so sour. Mine is sour.
Swallow it.
Okay, well, it's in there now. I gotta chew it. I can't just swallow it. I gotta chew it. Okay. Oh, it's not too bad when you chew. Mixes it up a bit. I wonder if it goes good with tequila.
Maybe not so good with orange juice.
That's actually not bad. All right. So that could be a new drink. Mixing tequila with orange juice and one of these sour candies. Ugh. There we go. Now I've got a nice ADSR on that sound. So let's go back to our track view and I'll see if I can add something neat to that. Even a moment to inspire something. Now I'm generally going to try to keep it in the same key. Well, except as it turns out, that note is actually not in a proper key. Well, it kind of is. I think it's the bass note that's actually not in the right key. Well, that could get interesting. Because those notes just sounded like... well, I know I kind of want them to sound like they don't fit, but I want them to fit a little bit. Delete. I have to try this again. So if I did... something weirdness like that. Some kind of weirdness like that. It's there. I can hear it in the back of my brain. Oh, that's right. I had changed keys there. I think I'm starting to get a pattern. I at the end of the song, I changed the pattern completely. Now I can't remember what I did. All right. Hi, Maria. Love you too. All right. I'm getting a pattern going. Hey, Weasel. Thanks for dropping in. MP3, UXW Bill. Good to have you all here. Just working on a weird melody for this Halloween song. That last part's hard to get. I may have made this too weird. But no, you can't get too weird. I've pretty much got the first part figured out. I've got a basic pattern. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go into record mode and we'll just kind of hope for the best. There. I made it through. All right, so now I'm going to take that part and loop it. We're doing a lot of, it's a very loopy song. We're doing a lot of looping today. All right, loop. Now that I've got some loops in there, I need to actually turn this song into a number of bars rather than just automatic. Hey, Deborah Cornell, welcome. Thank you for dropping in. Good to have you here. 16, 17, 18. Let's go to 32 bars because I think I have 16 there. So 32 will give me twice as much. Math is easy. Isn't that right, Julie?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. She's my yes woman. All right. I've got that in there. We need another sample. Let's get into my samples. And, oh, how about a male scream? We'll do that male scream. Oh, that wasn't the male. Well, it was the male scream. It wasn't exactly where I was expecting it. I keep stepping on chipmunks. Oh, maybe not that one either. There we go. All right. So, and that one, I think, let's make it a surprise. Not right at 17 because that's when the pattern starts again. Let's do it just before 17. Do it on track or bar 16. Let's just pop it in there. Did that startle you, Gary? You weren't expecting it right there, were you? You were waiting for that low rumble to come in. I was too, actually, but I started after the note had already struck. The cool thing about these samples is it's all MIDI, so I can go in and edit the notes if I need to, lock them all in time if I'm off a bit, and I often am. I'm just off a bit every day. All right, so we've got a scream in there. Let's pop in. There was another. I think I had thunder. I know I have thunder because I used it for something. So another sampler track, my samples. There's no thunder there. There's my wooden door squeak. I may have to go grab some thunder. Giggle. There's a giggle. Put a. Oh, that was the wrong giggle. That wasn't the right giggle either. There we go. I don't think that belongs in a Halloween song. Well, there are some creepy kids out there. Children of the Corn, awesome movie. The original. The remake, I don't know. It was interesting. We seem to say that a lot of remakes. No, we don't say that about a lot of remakes. We seem to say, we don't say yay. I can't use you screaming children people. Sorry. We could use this though. Let me put that right there. There. That's where that's going to go. Now, let's take that. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to change my... well, actually, no. I'm not going to change the duration. I'm just going to take section A and double it. I also want it to be 32 bars, though. 32 bars, and then we're there. Hey! That didn't duplicate the section. Oh, that just created a new section. Oh. Well, that would be why it didn't come out at 32 bars the first time I did it. Section A. It would help if I actually hit the duplicate button, probably. There we go. Ha ha! So, now we've got a song that has twice the length, and I'm ready to put a little bit of movement to it. By movement, I mean movement in the form of an arpeggiator. Just a little bit of pulsing to kind of get the creepiness going there. So what have we got here? Arp animations. Nah, that doesn't sound creepy at all. Oh, but that one does. Cool. I like that one. It's very subtle. It's a little creepy. And what I'm going to do is actually, I want it to follow that that bass line that we started out with, so the Peaceful Valley bass line. I'm going to copy those notes. Copy. Then I'm going to scroll down to that new track that I just created. Whoops. And I'm going to paste those notes in there. Whoops. Paste. There we go. So now those notes will trigger the arpeggiator rather than... it doesn't sound like it is, though. Let me hear you. There we go. Oh, that arp is not going to work, unfortunately, because I've just realized that I have just realized that it's the notes don't have the right rhythm to them. Let me see. Oh, that one's kind of neat. I wonder if that will work. Let's try it. The choppy one's interesting. Sounds like a backwards record. I like that hyper one, but something's not hooking in right. Something sounds, it could be that the notes that I played in manually, they may not be just triggering at just the right time. So what I'm going to do is just go into the settings on each of these tracks, and there is a quantization ability here. So if I quantize those, let me solo this track. And that is not how you solo a track. Oh, there we go. Solo this track with the little headphone symbol there. And go into the track settings, quantization, and I've got it set to straight 16th notes. Let's see what that does. Okay, that will work. All right, so those notes are locked right on time with the metronome. We want everything to lock on time because I've got to add an arpeggiator to this, and it's very time sensitive. So let's go to our bass line here. Take a listen to that. All right, so it seems to be pretty good, but we're just going to quantize that to 8th notes. Make sure it's starting right on time. There we go. And let's take a look at our heartbeat here to make sure it's always triggering at the right spot. Quantize that to straight 8th notes. Whoop. Well, oh, I was like, I don't hear anything. Right, we had it fade in at the beginning. I do recall that now. Boom, boom. There's our heartbeat, and it seems to be right on with the time. And this background noise at the beginning, well, that's a single note, so I'll just quantize that to the quarter. There we go. We've got our low rumble there. Now, our bell echo arp. Oh, I'll need to quantize that too because I pulled it from a track that wasn't quantized. Quantize that to 8th notes as well. Ah, that's what it was. Yeah, it's locking in now. If it's off just ever so slightly, you can notice. There, we've got some action going on there. How am I going to do a bangers and mashup to this at the end of the night? This is a weird ass tune. I have to come up with a melody to sing your words to this. That's my thoughts exactly. I think that scream could probably use a bit of reverb. Well, it has reverb on it, but a bit more reverb. And that door, I think, needed to... All right, so for this second part, I need to start doing some other stuff with it. Now, for other stuff, I'm going to turn to one of these side laptops. Well, actually, let's go to the old PowerBook G4. Oh, I'm getting caught in my cable again, Julie. Go to HP Mackie PowerBook. Let's bring up the PowerBook. which is attached to that doodad. Yes, I recall now. Oh, that note was just weird on its own. And I do like weird, so I'm going to bring up the audio recorder, set it to instrument. Let's set a stereo track here. It is picking up my voice. It is picking up my voice. Yes, I hear it in the monitor. All right, so I'll have to take my voice out of this one, but I just want to see what I'm going to do with it first. So let's start back here. Oh, that was cool. All right, I know what I'm gonna do now. As soon as that goes down to the E, I'm gonna do a bit of a... I've got another sound going in there too, I think. I think it's actually picking up another synth. Oh no, maybe not. It is only the power book. It's just, it's odd that the pitch bend is only bending one part of the sound. Well, I guess that's probably not too terribly odd, but... Oh, actually, I think I know why it is. Let me bring up my display, which apparently has an IP configuration. What? Yeah, I have two sounds, that's why. So the Orca and a warm pad. All right, I don't need the warm pad going. Oh, I think I might have crashed it. Don't crash on me. Oh, I think it's... Yeah, the sound doesn't even work now. Ah, wah, wah. All right, let's see if I can close that program down. Oh, well, I didn't have to close it down. It just crashed on its own. Relaunch. Oh, it gave me a relaunch button. Yay. I got a lot of reverb happening here. There, turn off the turn off the monitor. All right. So I don't need that one. I only need the Orca, which had the sound that I was looking for. Yeah. If I can get it down to a point where I can see it. There we go. There we go. Now that sound, I'm going to pull in as soon as it goes to the E. Yes, I know. There we go. Okay, that was it. That was all that effort for one note, but it was a cool note, so I had to do it. All right, I'm just going to trim that up because I was actually talking at the beginning. See how that comes in. Oh, doesn't seem to come in terribly loud. Hold on. Let's get that. Try that again. Well, that was close. Unfortunately, my signal just wasn't hot enough. So, I'll turn this monitor back on because I need to crank that in the record setting. There we go. Ah, hello. Can you hear me now? Let me see. Compressor, room, presence. Oh, presence. And then we'll turn the tone up. Oh, actually, let's make the tone a little low. All right. I'm going to back that up to the beginning of that part so we can get that note back in there. Mute my microphone. Okay, again, there. Again, all that effort for just a little a single note. A lot of effort for a little reward, but hey, take it where you can get it. That's my motto. All right, there we go. So I've got that part in there. It's grooving along in a creepy sort of way. There we go. Cool. Now that's got the first part of that song, and I'm going to duplicate. Oh, actually, that's actually a duplicate of the first part. So this is actually the second part of the song that we're working on right here, which means this was where I wanted to do an additional melody. Now, for an additional melody, I need a creepy melody sound. And I have a synth over on the side here that has some cool vintage sounds. Well, as soon as I add a synth to it. Input ports, yes, but I want to add a plugin first. I want the Jupiter 8, an old analog synth from yesteryear. I forget when it's from. 80s, I think. Jupiter 8, late 80s, early 90s? No, late 70s, early 80s, more like. Let's pull that up and run in demo and turn it on. There we go. And it's got some cool presets as I recall. Oh, I need it to respond to this MIDI controller down here in front of it. There. Input ports. It needs to be not the UM1, it needs to be the Oxygen 25. There we go. Let's bring that interface up again so I can see all of my... There we go. Oh, actually, that was very ghosty. Might have too much sustain. Let me try a couple others here. No arps. Ah, there we go. That is sufficiently creepy. Oh wow, that lasts long too. All right, let's see what I can do with this. I'm just gonna turn on the audio recorder and I'm just gonna kind of jam with it. We shall see what comes out of me. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Let's see. Oh, I have to put it into record mode. I have to turn on another track, apparently. I have run out of tracks, I have. Let me see. Stereo. Turn the monitor on, so... I don't know why it only comes in one side, though. Oh, I have a dirty slider. There we go. It's like 1970s weird. So this synth must have been from the 70s. Oh, I can see my visage on the screen now. I can see how the outfit looks on the stream. I don't get to see what this looks like ordinarily. All right, let's see if we can get something weird going on here. Take the mic out of there. Okay, it's like at the end. Okay, well the recording stopped when it got to the end of the available previous footage, and I kept going because I was digging it. If you're digging it, just keep on going. All right, let me open this back up to all sections, and I'm gonna take a listen to see what we've got going on here. Just try out. Okay, we know that part already. Let me see what this part sounds like. Is this the Twitter audience? Hello, Twitter. Why don't you come join us on Facebook or iVlog.tv? Your choice. We're doing a live stream right now. And on that live stream, you can actually hear the creepy music that's going on. We're composing some stuff for Halloween. Ooh, that was kind of neat. Yeah, I think that's going to work. All right, so we have a good chunk of a song, and I see it's like 25 after 6 already. How has this much time passed already? We were like just getting right into this creepy stuff. I almost said shmashugana, but we have kids in the room, so no foul language on this show, folks. This is a family-friendly, this is a broadcast where we can't talk properly. I need another drink then. Some lovely orange juice with possibly a little tequila in there just to give it a little bite.
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes! Hey, I didn't have anything to drink when I went out last night, so this is my little sippy for the night. My little sippy cup. Well, I've still got reverb on my voice. Where's that coming from? That is coming from, not that, it's coming from this, I bet. Oh yes, turn that monitor off. Ha ha, there we go. Can you hear me now? I can. I hear voices in my head. And it's all me.
Oh, that's even scarier.
I know. Right. So now it's time to turn this into a bangers and mashup. Now this is going to be a challenge. Usually we're doing like up-tempo, groovy tunes. We got a bass line and drums and all that kind of stuff already. This one, it's an eerie, creepy tunage for Halloween. So in order to sing to it, I kind of need it to have a bit of a rhythm. So we'll add a drummer to it. Well, let's see who we've got for drummers here. A little automated drummer I'm going to add to it, just to give us a little backbeat. And here we have Lee and a rhythm pattern called Atmosphere. Now that one's too pumping. I think we need something that's a little... Here's one called Supernova. Oh, it's even more pumping. Perpetual Motion. Oh, that kind of has more of a little heartbeat rhythm to it. There's also this Maurice fella. Tipping Point, that one's called. That's interesting. All right. I'm going to start out with this tipping point one. All right, so these first two are going to be that tipping point. All right. Then it's going to kick into his, well, it says custom, so let me go with something needle drop. Oh, no. not needle drop.
You have some,
There we go. We have needles? What?
you have some viewers asking why would you add drums to a scary song?
Well, because I want to turn it into a bangers and mashup, and that's what the banger part is. It's the drummer, and it just gives me a rhythm to go along with as I'm singing. Could I sing it without drums, do you think? I don't know. I'm just used to, I'm in a band. I'm used to having a drummer there playing alongside me, so that was just kind of where I went. I could probably try it without the drums. But even if I had something that was like maybe a little less complicated and more in the background, I don't know. Here's what, well, let's take a listen then. Here's what it is without drums, as we previously heard. Oh, except no metronome. Yeah, that's another thing is that I won't even have the metronome to sing along with either. This is it with the drums on. That's the opening part. I don't know. I dig the drums myself. Plus, it gives me something to follow along with because if I don't have the metronome, I'm not going to be able to follow along. And just having the metronome going is just kind of. Oh, all right then. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me a little bit of Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, like one of the old Freddy songs. All right. Well, I've just thrown now it's a bunch of random drums. I don't even know what is coming up after that. So we'll see what this turns into. I'm going to take it from there. I'm just going to jump right in and do it, I think. Do we have some words?
We do.
I bet we do. What are we going to call this song? We should come up with a name for the tune. It's based on Tammy's name. tamami sauce. Creepy tamami sauce. I don't know. We'll come up with a name. It's called October 28th right now. If anybody thinks of a name as I'm singing, then mention it in the chat room and perhaps we'll use that as the title for the track. All right, let's get some singing vocals up here. Right. Can you hear me now? No. Makes me want to, every time I hear that, I want to do Pigs in Space. It's true. It just reminds me of watching Pigs in Space, which was one of my favorite Muppet shows. Because they did skits. It was one of my favorite Muppet skits.
Gotten it off your chest now.
I have.
Great.
All right, let's do this thing. Oh, I should probably get you to close the door. Actually, I can close the door. Don't get up. You look comfortable. Oh, my patio door is heavy. It's so hard to move. But we have to leave the patio door open because it's so hot in here, especially with this getup on. Surprisingly, it breathes well. All right. All right, let's see if... I'm not sure how I'm going to come up with a melody for this. This is definitely different. All right, turn the lav off. There, lav is off. Now you've got me in your head. Hello. Now that I'm in your head. Hello. All right, bring up those words. Let's get this thing going. Are you in the house alone? Gen Z's dead people. Leah says it's creepy. Shelley loves my costume. While Tammy thinks that the mad scientist is creepy, kinda creepy. I have incredibly short fuse. Peter, Tom, and Tattoo. This mad scientist is doing this on the fly. Isaiah, Maria, and we're so happy. Halloween. Creepy sounds coming to you. MP3 and UXW Bill. Keep listening to the Halloween show. And chill. Did you die? Did you dye your hair? Brazil, Niagara Falls, watching a show like a trance and fan. What happened to my pickle? I said Cornell to everyone. Did I mention I didn't die? My hair or my eyes It's time for this mad scientist to test. Hey Philip, keep in mind I'm on YouTube. Happy Halloween to everyone. Happy Halloween to you all. Each and every one of you. I'm not sure what the face hiding thing was. I think it was a face hugger from Alien that was coming to attack me. Oh, where's the right button? I'm not completely mad. Just a little disturbed. Oh, why am I speaking into this? I turned it off. All right, Tamvania MASH. I love it. That is going to be the name of this song, Tamvania MASH. Close the current song playing. Yes, we already faded it out. All right, so let's put the title on this thing. This is now called Tamvania MASH. Awesome, I love it. Thank you, Peter. That was a fantastic name. Excellent. So we've got some, we created and produced and recorded a song and then sang to it. Some really weird, creepy words. It was fantastic, guys. Thank you for creating a great chat in the chat room. We were able to pull some cool phrases in there, and it made for a good bangers and mashup. I really enjoy doing those because I never know what's going to come out. It's all just kind of off the top of my head. Things fall off the top of my head a lot. They just go poof because I forget what I was doing a moment ago. Well, in that case, I think that means it's probably the end of the show. Isn't that right, Julie? Is your computer doing some happening stuff? Is it getting some like screens splashed up there and with words and things and pretty colors? Right now it has a Sens logo. Hey, when's the next Sens game? I don't know. Let's ask Siri. I wonder if Siri can hear me through the microphone input. Siri, when's the next Sens game?
The Suns play the Trailblazers at 10 p.m.
Not the Suns. I guess I should have said Senators. Siri, when is the next Senators game?
The Senators battle the Canadiens on Monday at 7:30 p.m.
Monday. There you go. Montreal Canadiens going at it with the Sens on Monday. So I guess I'll have to wait until then. In the meantime, I'll take all of these camera feeds that we had going and I'll piece them all together so that you guys will be able to watch this in multiple cameras. And that will launch on YouTube. Afterwards, once the next episode is done, that will go on YouTube. So you'll see notifications if you like our Facebook page or if you follow us on Twitter or Instagram, you'll see a notification somewhere. So since this is the end of our show, I want to say thank you to Julie for all your hard work during the show, not just during the show though, indeed all week long, pimping Transan on the social vibes. So thank you so much, Julie, for all your hard work. Thank you to Gary for joining us in studio. It's always good to have you here. I love having a live audience in cyberspace and in person. I would love to invite everyone else here too, but we can only fit 2 people on the couch. Sorry. And thank you to Ross. I can't forget Ross, my honey Ross, for generously hosting Transan Live on his iVlog.tv channel. We really appreciate that as well. Kind of spreads the love across several platforms. So that is the end of our show for tonight. I think there was another page after that, wasn't there? There should be another page after that.
This is it.
That's it? I sent you 2 pages. Anyway,
This is page 2.
that's page 2? Oh, that looks like the same as page 1.
Page 1.
What?
That's page 1.
That's page 1.
That's page 2.
That they're identical to me. Julie's been fighting with Windows all night. See, what we have some scripts, because I have a very short memory. We have some scripts that we throw up on the screen. And this week I thought I'd use PowerPoint. I'm like, Julie, do you have PowerPoint? Yes, I have PowerPoint. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll do this up on Keynote on my iPad, send it to her as a PowerPoint, and then, just play it back in PowerPoint. It works perfectly, right? It's Windows. Come on, it's got to work perfectly. But for some reason, it thinks it's displaying a page that's not really there. But that's okay. Modern technology. I'm surrounded by somewhat modern technology, so I understand how these things go. So once again, I want to thank everybody who came out to watch the show, who went online to watch the show, joined us on Facebook and iVlog.tv. Oh, now I can see it. Look at that. Remember, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and now you can subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel. Share the YouTube channel with all your friends so we can break the 100 subscriber mark and get our own custom channel address. I'd like to have youtube.com/transistorsandwich. I think that would be great. Or just Transan. Actually, that would be shorter. We'll probably do that. But we need those 100 subscribers, so share the YouTube channel to all your friends, get everybody to subscribe, and onwards and upwards. Onwards and upwards is what I meant to say. All right, well, until next time, be good to yourself, be good to each other, and have a great Saturday night.